What's your name?
Mulaney.
What's mine?
Ali.
What's yours?
Karina. Jonathan.
She put so much emphasis. Jonathan.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Karina, and today we have two special guests. We have Mulaney and Ali.
Good morning.
Ma'am, it's good afternoon.
Good, whatever.
She woke up today. That's good.
Right?
Be good enough today.
Right? It's like if I go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's not
morning yet until you wake up.
Yeah. Like it's still the same day.
Hey, for real.
But today we have, two ladies in the house. We had to bring last episode that you probably just listened was a men point of view. So this time we're gonna bring the ladies in. I have to give the ladies the floor to talk, right? But before we get into it, how's everybody day going? It's a Sunday, by the way.
Sunday, time just changed.
Time just changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my stove and it says 12:42, but it's 1.
Almost 2.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
I know. Crazy. But anyways, so everybody's having a good Sunday?
So far, so good. Yeah.
Feels like I slept in. The time change.
Yeah, no, I did. I only got like 3 hours of sleep because I went to sleep at 3, technically 2,
Right.
but 3. And then I had to wake up early to go to church.
Man, today's the type of day where you have the barbacoa tacos.
Honestly, hey,
Facts.
look, listen, I went to Sergio's grandma's house and I got me some gorditas de chicharrón con carne and I got Jonathan some deshebradas.
Well, that just sounds good.
Hell yeah, it's really good. Like she does it every Sunday. Y'all need to pull up. I'll be over there. Like I did, I'll be over there almost every Sunday.
Bruh.
And she be making menudo. Her menudo's good.
Bro.
Yeah. And you can eat there because she has like a little restaurant thing in her house, or you can bring it home. And then she gives you tortillas hechas a mano for your menudo.
Bro, if they're hecha a mano,
yeah.
bro, they just smack.
So next Sunday? Oh wait. Not next Sunday. I got something to do. Next Sunday?
Next Sunday? No, I'm like, shit, you just tell me, hey, you going to Sergio's grandma's house? Say let's.
Yeah.
I'm like, drop the Eddie.
It's really good. Definitely recommend. So then that's good. Then everybody's having a good day. Okay. So we already have the date planned for next Sunday to go have breakfast at Sergio's grandma's house. But with that being said, how about we just go ahead and hop on to the conversation for today's topic, with this relationships. Can y'all go ahead and clarify y'all's relationship status?
Single? A little sad and single.
I'm that lonely Eminem just in the corner.
I love it.
No, but the single life is good. It's not that bad.
You know what? Honestly, I love my relationship, but it's not. Like being single is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get to work on yourself.
Yeah. To be able to find that good relationship. You know, so it's not a bad thing.
Like I'm always bitching that I want to be in a relationship, but
whenever you're in a relationship, we're like, "Fuck no, you ain't."
No, bro, I don't even make it that far. No. No, but like it's just nice for you to have like your own space. Like that you're like, oh, I don't have to be texting nobody. I can just like wake up, like do my own thing, go to work, go to the gym, focus on me, my mental health, and not have to worry about anybody else. It's just so it's low key nice.
Yeah, I can
just spelled out freedom.
For real. I feel like, hey, bro, it's like chilled out.
The only thing I'm worrying about is my job.
Making money.
Yeah, well, must be nice. Not right. Okay, so my questions, I guess, will be for a past relationship, whatever relationship y'all want to pick is on y'all. As of right now, do you believe that you've ever been in love? Like, do you believe you know what love is?
I believe I fell in love with a situationship instead of a relationship.
Damn.
But at least you felt love, though.
I got
it.
I feel like I met like my expectation of what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like that fairy tale thing that you be seeing like on movies. Like I experienced that and I was like, oh shit, like this exists.
Right.
But like actual genuine love, I don't think so.
Like, you didn't feel love in the relationship?
Like there was love there, but for me to say that I felt like so madly in love, like I've done stupid shit for people, but
Right.
I can't say that I've done it like
In
out
love.
of pure love.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's okay. I think most of us haven't experienced real love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just because it just hasn't been the right person. You know, like for me, that's the difference of loving someone and being in love with someone. And you can love a lot of people, but if you're not in love with them, then it's not your relationship. You know, like I don't know. I for me, it's a difference. Like,
plus, I feel like there's like different types of being in love with the person.
yeah,
like
that.
yeah,
You
like,
know
yeah.
something right there.
I'm like, hey, bro, like there's a difference.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't think like everybody has experienced love because there's so many different ways that people think that love is.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if you really ever fell in love, it will be that middle school love or that high school love. I only say that because that's the time whenever you're really spending time with each other, you're getting to know a person. Like that's quality time along with life things that we're doing because we all have to go through high school or in middle school. We all got to learn these things to grow up, but at the same time, we're growing with a person. Dang.
And you know what's crazy? And I've never really thought about it until you said it now. And you know, being in high school, it's that puppy love, and you know, you get all the nervous and the butterflies, and everything's tingling and shit. And you know what's crazy?
Get a whole zoo.
You know what's crazy? Like I believe that to a certain extent because, you know, Jonathan and I we're about to hit 5 years, and every time we are about to like get nasty. I feel like it's the first time. Like I get nervous every single time. I get nervous for him to see me like naked. Like I get nervous whenever he like just looks at me. I'm like, why are you looking at me? Like, and,
bro, love is like, so cute though.
It is. But like that's the type of shit that you feel in high school when you're like, oh, I'm so in love with this person, and we weren't in love. But you know what I mean? And like it does take you back to that feeling. Like it is bubbly when it's real, you know?
But that's nice though.
It is. It is.
Bro, oh, that's so cute.
It is.
Take me back to high school, please.
Right. Bro, that's me at work. With my work boyfriend. I'm like, he's my boyfriend that you don't know.
Have we all had a work boyfriend / husband / wife? Because I have. Not anymore, obviously, but I've had. Well, yeah, like
I'm like, I wouldn't say work husband.
Well, I'm thinking too much is because I still talk to this guy, even though I don't work with him no more. And technically, that's how the relationship started because, like, we were seeing each other, we were sneaking around, and then now we're just texting each other, trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's still considered. He's still my work husband, work boyfriend, whatever you want to call it.
See, and
he's the boo on the side.
Hey, bro. No, see, like my work boyfriend, the way I describe it, it's like that elementary stuff, that like puppy love and stuff, like the little flirting, like the little kid hit you here and like shit like that. Like that's what my work boyfriend is, and I'm like, oh,
it's that innocent.
Yeah, it's like that innocent, clean, like, cute.
Yeah, like it's a type of flirt that kind of makes your day a little better.
Yes.
But it's just, I feel it.
So I'm like, that's with my work boyfriend. I'm like, that's where I'm at there. And then I had like a work husband, and I'm like, we don't talk about him no more.
Fuck that man. Okay. Are we gonna stick to that relationship that y'all picked for the first question? Are y'all gonna stick to that one for the rest of the questions?
Yeah.
You don't want to change your mind. No.
Well, I mean, it depends what the questions are about.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now that you're out of that relationship, do you feel like you could have loved them better, or do you feel like you literally gave it the best that you could?
I honestly felt like I gave it the best that I could because either way, we were like a switch. We're off and on, but at the same time, we went through real life events with each other. Like both of us lost one another, but we gained each other back by really trying to love ourselves and love one another with it. And then at the same time, with me and him, we we literally known each other for like 7 years. So it was like, damn, I really gave it my all. So now I don't want to do it with nobody else because I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. I don't want to go through that.
That yeah, like I don't think anybody will want to go through that, but we put ourselves through that. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
That one would be with like the relationship I had with this one guy for 8 years.
Mm,
That I was like, I really did feel like I gave it my all. I mean, like we moved out together and everything,
yeah.
and it didn't work out at the end. Like I feel like we just had different point of views and like where we wanted to go in life. Like at that point, I still wanted kids, and he didn't want them at all. And I was just like, you know
That's
what?
tough. That's a
Like
that's. Did y'all have that conversation before?
we did,
Okay.
and it was like always like he was like, well, you know what? Maybe later on it would be okay. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe later on, maybe we don't need them. And so it was always like one of us would be compromising, but at the very end, like I for sure do want a kid, and he for sure did not. So it was just like, you know what? Whatever. It just wasn't gonna work.
We had that conversation, Jonathan and I, in the very beginning of our relationship. We also had like the marriage conversation because I mean, we're married now, but in the beginning, I was like, "Fuck marriage! I'm never gonna get married." And we had that conversation because he wanted to have married. He wanted to have married. He wanted to be married. He wanted to have kids, and I was like, I don't want to get married and I can't give you kids type of shit. So like we did have that conversation, like what was gonna happen like 10 years from now when we're older and you want the big house with the white picket fence and the 30 kids and the marriage, and I'm not with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like what's gonna happen? So we had the conversation, we both came into agreement, understanding, whatever you want to call it, that whatever we decided was going to be on us. A lot of people disagreed though, and it made it tough because I'm really good at not caring what people think, but I'm really bad at letting people words get to my head. Like I don't care what you think, but if you say something to me about something that I'm doing, like it gets stuck to me. Like
Right.
so it was affecting our relationship to a certain point. Um but once you have that agreement, everything else just kind of goes out the window and it works. But sometimes it won't work. Like you really want different things, and and to a certain point, I was like you. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait it out and see if he doesn't ever want to have kids or if I ever change my mind. Eventually, I kind of changed my mind to a certain extent. Like now, I think about it and it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind having like a kid, but then it's just like when I'm not around kids, I don't want kids. When I'm
Right.
around kids, I want kids.
Facts.
So it's just like I think I shouldn't have kids. But everybody's like begging me for a kid. Like, what do I look like?
But like for my in my case, it was just like age difference as well.
Mm,
Because like we started like I guess dating like when we were in 6th grade. And then so that's like
that's
whenever
really young.
oh, no it's
No,
not.
like no, like to be in, like you were with him for 8 years. Like that's really
Right.
young. And if
Right,
you
that's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying,
saying.
yeah, like that was really
So
young, and y'all lasted 8 years. Like that's
Korean
impressive.
Topanga.
Okay, you committed, bitch. Y'all want a committed bitch? She over here.
but like yeah, so like I mean it was on and off, like of course
I
because
get
like
it. Yeah,
we were kids.
yeah. Fucking
But
puberty.
like we stuck it out through all middle school. I mean again on and off. How high school, and then like after high school we moved out. So that also has to do with like, okay, do I want to continue waiting, like to see if we can get on the same page, or like, am I done? Because like again, I started at 6th grade all the way till I hit 21. Like I already gave you my primest years, like my developing who I was. Like I can't. We got to be on the same page at this point.
Right.
So I was just like, you know what, like
Bless
it's just better if we end it there. But like for y'all, it was better though because y'all were a lot older, so you could make time. You're like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
But for us, we were just, I think it was just we were kids.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, like I'm not even gonna talk shit about it. Like he was like, even though we did start young, he was like a big part of my life. And
yeah, for sure. Like that's a lot of years. Like let alone being an adult, you know what I'm saying? But as a kid, like 6th grade, what are you like 12, 13?
13.
13, bitch. 13. You started a fucking committed ass relationship 13. I couldn't even figure out what calzones I wanted to wear when I was 13. And you hear a whole ass relationship.
Bro.
Like, that's tough, bro. That's crazy. But and I'm actually excited because you ended that relationship ended when you were 21.
Right.
Right. And how old are you now?
23.
So you've had 2 years of figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was still in elementary.
And like that's very exciting, because like you grew so much within a relationship that you don't even know how much more you're about to grow as an individual. Because being an individual is very, very important.
Right.
And you haven't experienced that. You know what I'm saying? And you were with him for 8 years. And it probably wasn't for nothing. Like, who knows down the line what, like, life is crazy. Down the line, what if y'all bump into each other one day at the strip club? And then, and then a year later, you end up getting married with, like, twins. You know what I'm saying? Because life can happen. But it's like sometimes it's good to experience very important things with someone and like that helped you grow to be better off alone. Does that make sense?
In other words, if they love you and let you go, and if you come back, you're meant to be. Pretty much. That's a real Corey and Topanga type of thing, and I don't know if y'all know about that, but I just see it as it is because it's always good to try new things. You don't always got to remain the same. So for y'all to have this break and, like she said, go to the strip club, y'all two see each other and have twins. Well, yeah,
that's gonna be one crazy ass story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me and your papa, we had about like a 5-year break. We was fucking bitches.
I mean, low key, I hope we don't. It's just
no.
But like, I hope he's doing well and everything. But it's just
better than him. But all right,
no, it's just like I feel like we were going in 2 different parts in our lives, and I was like, I don't want to, like, because I have grown. Like before, I could grown.
Oh, I thought I heard I have brown. And I was like, brown? What the fuck is brown?
No. I'm like, hey, I got a little suntan outside.
My bad. Carry on. You had brown.
No, so because I have grown, like before, I would have done anything to go ahead and get that relationship back and been like, you know what, like shit went south, things happened, people did certain things, but I was willing to look past it, be like, you know what, because I've given you 8 years of my life, I want to continue giving you more because you're all I know.
Yeah.
So with those 2-year breaks, like I have figured out who I am. I have, like, I feel like I've grown and I've become more of a different woman that I'm like, you know what, like we weren't, like that was a child love. Like I hope he's doing well and he's grown, but
you're good.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like I'm good, like being independent and like feel like myself growing up.
Yeah. And I feel like we should all experience a relationship like that. Right. I know I did. I know I did. And it's my previous relationship where that relationship was very public and a lot of people know about that relationship because it got real toxic, like real toxic. But me experiencing that relationship did let me learn myself better.
Right.
And it's like I'm in so much better peace with myself that lets me be in a peaceful relationship. And like I feel like we should all experience that one good shitty relationship.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like that one shitty one will teach you 10 lessons that you
Yeah.
can meet with 3 others later on.
Yeah, that you're just like
That and
you
that's really
figure
save
out
your
like
time.
real quick like what you do and don't want, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna waste my time here because I've been through it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Girl, your communication in that relationship, was it good enough to carry the same type of communication into your new one, or do you think that you need to work on it?
I don't think the communication will ever be the same because me and this kid, he knew my language before I even did. Me nowadays, you hear me talk and you're probably gonna be like, what the fuck is she saying? But he knew exactly what I was thinking, what I was saying. He would translate it in English type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with the new relationship, like even if he wanted to get to know me, it's gonna take time for him to really get to know me because I'm very confusing.
Right.
I promise you, the last kid that I was dating, he knew what I meant because sometimes I would make references to movies and all that.
Yeah.
He would pick it up. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I knew what you were saying." But I also found it like very weird because I would be like, "Am I even speaking English at this point? Like, what's happening?"
But one thing, I gotta say one thing about that. Like, you found it once, and I believe that you're gonna find it again.
That
Because it's like you're not the only one.
it just
Like
takes
there's
time.
not, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And and even if you don't, dude, like even if you meet someone that you really really fuck with, and they can't understand your language, you know what I'm saying. It's okay if they're willing to learn. You know, like that's what makes it more special because that's something that you're gonna bond more about because he's gonna learn you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like it's not always bad meeting somebody that doesn't get you. It's nice when you do because it comes easily.
right.
But I feel like when you don't sometimes you put in that work and it makes it special because it's something that you learn together.
See, because it's hard to make that connection, like if we don't speak the same lingo, I will most likely drop them because I feel like I don't understand.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I never thought of it that way where you're like, well, now you both have to make the same effort.
Yeah. That's honestly the only reason why me and Jonathan worked.
It's because y'all both put effort.
Like I had to learn his language because my language was not talking. like
Facts.
like dude, Jonathan one time he pissed me the fuck off. I'm talking about like pissed off. I'm talking about we're done, over, quit, blocked, done, deleted. Like nothing ever happened, and he slept outside my house until I woke up the next day so we can talk it out. Like I'm not used to that, and that just made me think like, damn, like he's trying.
Yeah.
So that makes me want to try. So his way was communication, so I needed to learn how to communicate. But if I never wanted to learn, then we would have never made it. And we're so different because he communicates and I don't. He's patient and I'm not. I yelled, he whispers. Because sometimes I don't even know what the hell he's saying. I'm like, what? Like 30 times before he starts yelling at me and I hear him fine. Like, like you know, like we're so opposite, but we took the time to learn. Like, he's not a very violent person, but he's learned that when I'm at a single level of anger, he knows that he needs to match me for me to hear him. Because if not, I'll just
keep going.
I'll just swallow him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's learned to. No, we're just gonna skip over that. Anyways, so yeah, we had to learn each other. So I'm saying, like, you just gotta find that person that's willing to put in the work, guys.
See, you just have to find a way to convince me to think that way because that way I would have seen it. I'm like, you're doing too much. I'm done. Like,
yeah,
I like put on a wall because I'm like, I don't know what that is.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm like. I was in that mentality when I met Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I was like, I went one time I went a whole week without talking to him because he was like 5 minutes late. But like,
well, not that
but like
bad.
that, but like that's something that I am really bad on. Like I hate not being on time. Like I hate that. So if you tell me that I need to be ready at 12:01, I'm gonna be ready at 12:01. And if you're not ready at 12:01, that automatically makes me upset because you set the time. Like how you gonna be late at your own appointment?
How you gonna rush me?
When you're not even ready.
Thank
Like, why are you
you.
making like so? That's really big on me, and to this day, he knows that. So we had to communicate about that. So I had to level down, and I told him I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to not get mad as long as you communicate and tell me like, hey, I'm running late. So then I know that you're running late, so I'm not sitting there waiting because I hate waiting because it makes me feel stupid.
Yeah.
And if you make me feel stupid, we have a problem. So it took me a long time to hop off that with him, but we learned to talk about it. So that's why we're okay now and we're on time on stuff.
See, I'm not on time for shit.
Yeah, but like he made me when I was like in your mentality, which is not a bad thing,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think you're just I think you're in a headspace where you finally learn what you're kind of like worth, and
Right.
what you want and don't want to deal with. So when I met him, I was in that same stage, and he just kept knocking, and I finally was like, okay.
You're like, all right.
So there's gonna be that one. So girl, just enjoy it until right now.
Right.
Damn,
Let's go.
Jonathan actually makes most of my exes seem like trash. Garbage,
Yeah,
bro.
for real.
Jonathan's a great guy. Jonathan's a great guy. Like I say it right now here in life. If me and Jonathan ever call it quits, it's gonna be my loss. like for sure. I am admitting that right now. Jonathan's an amazing guy. He's an amazing guy, for sure.
Facts.
Sometimes don't get me wrong though. Sometimes I do want to hit him with my car. You know what I'm saying? But I will feel bad. Like I don't want him to die. I just want to hurt him.
Yeah. Be like, just
Just
break
a
your
hospital
leg.
visit.
Yeah,
Not a real
yeah,
hospital
He'll
visit.
be like, just break
yeah.
your leg, but like
Yeah.
it'd be fixed in like 2 months.
Yeah. Like just put an ice bag type of shit. Cause you be pissing me off, man. Okay. Sometimes I gotta like take a walk. Cause it's like I'm about to choke him. But it's okay.
WWE.
Yeah, for real.
Who was
Man.
it? Jonathan and Karina.
Anyways. Okay. So if you can do it again, will you choose them? Like if you had a ticket to go back and do that relationship again with that person, will you do it?
Damn, time out. That actually hit in the heart.
I would not. Even though it showed me so much, I feel like I wasted so much time because I could tell, like, there was a certain point where I'd be like, okay, I've had this conversation multiple times. You're not understanding. You're not listening. And so I was like, I just kept putting it off because I'm like, no, he'll change. It'll fix itself. Like, we're still young. Like, he doesn't know. But I feel like I would have figured out who I was a lot sooner. And for like, I don't know, I guess like some previous guy that I've talked to, like maybe things would have worked out different because I would have already known who I was. But yeah, I don't think I would go through that again.
Ellie?
It's in between. I only say it's in between because we had a lot of great moments over all the bad ones. But it's the bad ones that made it so scary going back into the relationship because there was a time whenever he got aggressive. There was a time where he just left me bruises. And there was a time whenever I was really young and I always thought to myself, it's all right. He apologized. It's all right. It's my fault. I made him mad. It's all right. Where I could still talk about him. And we would see each other. We saw each other again, like, let's say 8 months back. And I guess this time my heart just couldn't take it because he's dating somebody right now, but yet he still tried to fuck with me. And I'm just like, that's a pig. that's a pig that I have like a very weak spot for. With him too, it's like I hate it so fucking much because he knows me. So he knows how to get to me. He knows how to break me if he wanted to. And I can't really say yes and I can't really say no because no matter what, he would still know how to get to me. He knows how to hurt me. He knows how to manipulate me. And he knows how to make me look like the bad person. So what could I do other than say, I don't know? And there's so much emotion towards him because we knew each other like the back of our hands. We knew each other like Bonnie and Clyde. We know each other like fucking Corey and Topanga. But at the same time, we were never good for each other. But I would still try to do it again just so to see if I change one thing, will it work out? But at the same time, I would be scared because I don't want him being aggressive with me again. I can't go through that.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you have found like your self-worth now?
Hex, yeah. I've grown in so many ways I didn't even think I could. Honestly, because I used to be so scared whenever I see a guy just lift up their hand. And now whenever a guy lifts up their hand, I go for a high five.
Yeah.
Thinking even if it's not for me. So I try my best with anybody to try to be comfortable with them because the more I tell myself and my anxiety, hey, he's okay, he's cool, I know I don't have to worry. That's a tough one for me. I really can't answer.
I think it's understandable. But I feel like that's a whole different conversation that I would like to come back. And so we're gonna pin that conversation. Okay.
Ooh, you got me sweating.
Yeah, that shit got like intense for a second. But like not in a bad way. Intense because to a certain extent I can really relate to you on that aspect. That's why I want to go back to that conversation. But just to switch things around, and well, I guess you kind of answered it. Like my next question was going to be like, what's one big thing that you learned from your past relationship?
To know that not everybody's the same.
So you learned to just like be more comfortable, like more accepting.
Like I'm not accepting with my own self, but I am accepting with others because 9 out of 10 times you're either gonna see me be very quiet until I got alcohol or something in me because it takes a while, or you're just gonna see me being myself, silly, joking around. Fuck, might go outside and do a cartwheel or two. Nah.
Fuck it. What about you, Melanie?
Probably that it's okay for us to want separate things. Like
Yes.
That's what I feel like
Yes.
is the biggest thing that I learned, that okay, you know, you want to go through this route, I want to go through this route. It's just not meant to be. Like we can stay friends. Like I have mutual respect, but it's just, you know, we got different plans and it's completely fine.
Yeah.
And to just like accept it and let things go.
Yeah. Like I feel like some relationships fail because they want different things and they feel really shitty. And it's like why do we have to argue because we want great things for each other? Like we should
Right.
support each other. Like and if it's in our best interest for us to become individually better, to just take a break, what's the problem? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I'm not leaving you to go fuck another bitch. I'm not leaving you to just for some shitty reason. Like, we're leaving each other because we're about to become a great adults with the careers
Right.
that we want to do. Like, I feel like why do we always have to argue?
Right.
Like,
And
what
I
the
mean,
fuck?
like later on, like if like down my path, like I end
No.
up finding someone else and then you end up finding someone else. Okay, like great, like it's good for everybody. But yeah, like that's the main thing. Like it's just some things are just meant to be, and I'm just happy that you know you're doing good and I'm doing good over here.
Mm-hmm. One more question. Do you think love can save a relationship?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe. Why do you say yes?
Yeah. So hard.
I always say it's so hard because I'm a big hopeless romantic. So I feel like we started this relationship because of what we saw in one another. And whenever I say that, I don't just jump inside a relationship because I'm like, oh my gosh, he asked me out. Yay. No, fuck that. I say yes because I think you wanted to say you love me, and I felt like I loved you. And I know I felt that because you don't ever feel them butterflies with just anybody. You don't ever feel that safety net with just anybody. And for them to really get comfortable with you and for you to get comfortable with them, it actually goes a long way. And I'm not talking about just chilling in the living room or chilling in your room with a box of pizza or something like that. No, I'm talking about like going on little dates, taking a long ass drive, listening to the same kind of music, like having a real long ass talk about anything, aliens, your life, your fucking childhood. Like that
Hey, bro,
goes a
at my
long
work
way.
boyfriend.
That
For real, I'm like at my work boyfriend.
I hate y'all.
But like that really goes a long way, and that's what I consider love, because I don't just consider it as I love you, because love can go for anything. Love can be for looks, love can be for the type of treatment that you get, love can be for what they see in you or what you see in them. So I really see that and I'm just like, wow, that's some real ass love. And I would try to save that no matter what, because there's only one of them and one of you. Like Karina, if you lost Jonathan, I swear to God, girl, it would be yo ass.
I know.
And that's some
I would
real
be
life
scared.
love.
I would probably have to move out of Fort Worth, honestly.
For real.
We
I
all
would feel
coming
like
for
it.
her.
I would feel like embarrassed. So I'm like, damn, I fucked up.
But you see, that kind of love, that's real love. That's your love too. And that's something that I wish like a lot of people were to see instead of just giving up, not wanting to communicate. Like,
But it's just
Yes.
like that is the biggest thing. It's just communication because like I'm shy as fuck. Like whenever I see him, I'll be getting butterflies. I'll be like, I can't even look at him. I'm like looking at my feet. I'm like, so how's your day? Like my fingers like this. So it's just it's the communication that someone has to just start it.
and sometimes you got to make that risk. You got to take that jump, even if you don't want to.
I'm
like,
shy as
damn,
fuck.
bro. I mean,
I'm shy as fuck.
I don't know. Sometimes whenever I'm like really scared to say something, I be saying whatever comes out. Meaning like, oh, the sky is purple. What the fuck is purple? Oh, wait, it's blue. My bad.
Bruh.
Like, I just gotta say something because I can't do quietness. If I did quietness, then I would never get nowhere. Literally, I would feel myself going back inside that shell I once was in.
Yeah, I can't say shit. But I just can't speak. Like I see him and I get butterflies.
Yeah, I would honestly, I don't know.
Like,
I feel
that's
like
just
it's
my
so
biggest
awkward.
thing. Like I'll see him and I'll start getting butterflies and stuff. So I'm like, no, it's not the time. I'm like, give me another week or so.
Fucking 5 months.
Hey, for real? No, like 3 years later.
Oh shit, a kid happened. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know about that.
Okay. I think that took a
fur
left
baby.
turn.
Yeah, that was a little rat area.
Right. That got too serious.
I only got one kid, and that's a fur baby. That's the best I'll do.
Oh,
What?
guys. I don't think I've dated the podcast people. We have recently lost Coco. Coco passed away.
You haven't told them?
No, I have not. We have 3 guinea pigs, and one of our guinea pigs, our only girl, passed away. I don't know how. We honestly just assumed from old age, just because she was fine, and literally the next minute she was dead. So,
That's one way to put it.
but she's great. We buried her at her grandma's house. She has like this bed of bushes, and we have like this. She made this spot for all 3 of them. So when Bombon passes, he'll be next to her, and then Charlie will too. And she has like this spinning spinning Yeah, but it's like a flower
Yeah.
and shape, and like it has different colors. I don't know, like I don't know. Probably call me weird or whatever, but sometimes I feel like she's there just because when I go over there and like I'm feeling like sad, like she looks very bright and she's like spinning like crazy. And when I go over there and I'm like okay, like I feel like happy to like I guess in a certain extent, she's like spinning but like very peacefully, like slowly. I don't know, and it gives me peace, like it calms me down, and that's weird. I don't know, but I miss her. It hit me harder than I thought it was going to hit me. Honestly, I was a mess. Like the next day, I went to work and I was at work crying, like dead ass, just crying at work. And I was like, I don't even know why I came to work, but I didn't want to be home by myself because I didn't want to spend all day crying, but I spent all day crying at work, so it was funny.
Did you end up leaving early?
No, I ended up pushing it through.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You ruined.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Well,
that's your baby, so like it makes
yeah,
sense.
Yeah. I don't know why I expected for it to not hit me hard. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm this sad. But yeah, it was tough for the both of us. Jonathan had a rough moment with it too. But we're okay now. Bonbon definitely had to get used to it because that was his roommate.
Mm-hmm.
So he did cry like the first night. It was like crazy. Like he was looking for her because that was his thing. Like every time we would take her out just to like groom her, cut her nails, so just to take her out so she can like roam around the house and like give her veggies and stuff. Like he will cry until he will find her. Like when we will let both of them out loose, like he will be up her ass the whole time. Like they have the whole house to roam about, and wherever she was at, he was right there. Yeah. It was so funny. So yeah, that honestly broke my heart more.
Aww.
Was like hearing him cry looking for her. And then we had to so we took like a little house out, and he like would sit right there where her house used to be at. And he would just sit there. Like he started sleeping there. And it's
he was
just
like waiting for her to come back.
Yeah, and it's just like dude, it sucks. It still sucks. Cause sometimes I say like I'd be trying to say Charlie and I call him I'll call him Coco. And I'm like, oh shit.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, she passed away, that bitch.
Bro.
How
dare she pass away?
Yeah, like when we were burying her, I was just like, you fucking bitch. How dare you die? Like
like as you're crying, you're like, how dare you make me sweat these tears?
Yeah. Man. And then we definitely had to get over it with some dark humor for sure.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be you, it was supposed to be me.
Oh man, me and Coco used to get like we used to argue all the time. So I was like, dang, at least I ain't gotta argue with anybody anymore. Like, and she was such an early bird. It'd be like 5:00 in the morning, and she's up hollering. She's like, "Wake up, bitches!" And it's like, oh my gosh, she wouldn't shut up until we got up. So at least we're sleeping now. Nah, but R.I.P. Coco. She was a real one. Anyways, moment of silence. Anyways, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go on break, and then we'll be back. I see most of us are empty, and I don't know how many of us need to.
West.
I was gonna like pour. I don't know. Anyways, that was a bad joke. Failed. Anyways, we'll be back. Okay, bye.